Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Stampin' on Friday episode. Today we're going to be making a 4¼ inch card. So I have a piece of 8.5 by 11 vintage cream paper tray ink cardstock, which I'm going to cut down on the 8.5 inch side. So I'll cut this at 4¼ and then I'm going to score that with my score buddy at 4¼ So that's my card base. I'm also going to take vintage cream cardstock and cut this down to 4 inches by 4 inches. Actually, I'm going to do this at 3¾ by 3¾ So I'm going to hold on to this little piece of scrap because I'm going to need that to do my stamping. First thing I'm going to do is take my 3¾ square and my stamp, which comes from a paper tray ink stamp set that's called the Heart to Heart No. 3 stamp set, and I'm just using the sentiment from that. And I'll take my Memento black ink, and I just have this mounted onto my Martha Stewart stamp press. And I'm going to take this and stamp that right in the top corner. So apparently I have some ink on my little foot of my stamp here. So I'm just going to flip this over and do it again. Okay, so there we go. This is going to actually get adhered to the front of my card. Before I do that, I'm going to take my piece of scrap, and I have a whole bunch of paper tray ink dyes, or inks rather, that I'm going to use. And my stamp comes from Hero Arts. It's a set of 4 wood blocks, and it has all these different pattern butterflies. As a matter of fact, that's what it's called. And I'm going to take my different paper tray ink dyes, and these are the new ones. So I'm going to do one in Ocean Tide. This one is Canyon Clay. This one is New Leaf. And then my last one is Lemon Tart. This one might be hard to see on camera. And then I'll just take my scissors and cut around my images. Okay, so I have my little butterflies cut out. I'm going to take my piece here that I did my stamping, and I'm just going to go ahead and kind of lay out my butterflies, and I want them just to kind of be spread out onto my page here. It's kind of similar to what I did with last week's card with the paper airplane. So I'm going to do that like that. I'm just going to use some of my quick dry adhesive, and hopefully it's not clogged or anything. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere those down. And I'm just putting the glue right in the center of my butterflies. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is just going to take a Sharpie marker and do a little stitching, and I'm going to stitch a faux stitch going right down the center of my butterfly, and then I'm going to do another line, and I'm bringing it right off so that I can do the antennas. So I'm going to do that to all of my little butterflies here. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some little pearls, and I'm going to, these are in a strip, so I'm just going to cut them into little pieces. And then using my tweezers, I'm just going to go ahead and pull those off. And I'm going to stick them right on the ends of each of my little butterflies' antennas. Okay, so I added my pearls to my piece here, and you can see a little closer up the pearls on the antennas. And now what I'm going to do is just take some foam adhesive and put that on the back of my piece here. And I'm just going to peel off a couple and put one in each corner. And then this will get adhered right to the front of my card that I cut earlier, my card base, just like that. So that's my card. I also did one where I used my sewing machine to create my antennas, and I kind of like that better. But if you don't have a sewing machine, then you could just use a marker or a black pen and do your stitching. So that's my card for today. Thanks for watching another episode, and I'll see you next time.